Hello, hello, hello everyone. So yeah, thank you. Today we'll have a global overview of all the mistakes you can do when you launch an NFT project. Just to introduce myself, so I'm Gauthier Zuppinger. I'm the CEO and co-founder of nonfungible.com. So we are in the space since 2018. We have seen so many successes, so many fails as well, and actually we've produced a lot of market reports and so on, and of course we've supported brands in their NFT journey. So actually we should have called this presentation 10 ways to crush your NFT drop. So actually I will give you the 10 keys to really fail if you want to launch an NFT project. So it's mostly about brands, but actually it works for globally any kind of NFT project. So the first assumption is that you can basically make money really fast, that you can sell out 10K in like 2 hours. This doesn't work anymore. It used to be true like 1 or 2 years ago, but now if you want to sell out, you have to consider that more as an investment. So for any brands that want to launch something, don't consider you will make millions right away. You have to consider it's a way to enter the space, test the water, learn from it. And one day or another, it will become profitable. The second assumption, you probably know about this one, is that the brand legitimacy is enough to succeed. It's not enough, actually. It has never been enough, actually. People are more looking at utility than just what is a brand. You may be Porsche, you may not sell out. We've seen that. So we have a precise chart about why they failed. No, just a joke. The thing is that they actually mostly relied on the brand image and not on the value proposition. So that's basically just not the right balance. And by the way, it was too expensive, there was not enough utility, and the supply was way too massive. The third assumption, that's the one I really love because no one is talking about them, actually. It's Lamborghini. So the plan was initially to sell about 6,000 NFTs every month for 12 months. The reality is that they've sold about 70 NFTs every month. Why? Because they've planned the supply and the price 1 year ago, but the market is volatile. You have to adapt. If you consider that you will sell your assets in 1 year at the current price, it doesn't make any sense. You should define your pricing, your supply, everything 3-4 weeks before, not 1 year ago. So that's why it is what it is. They haven't really succeeded. You probably know as well about Axie Infinity, Sorare, all these projects that have really been a crazy boom over the past few years. Please, don't try to do exactly the same thing. They've already done it, and they've done it really right. So either they've proven their own limits, which is the case of Play to Earn with Axie Infinity, or the place is already taken. So please don't try to create the Sorare of luxury fashion or anything like that. It doesn't make any sense. What they've done was really innovative. You should innovate. If you try to reproduce the exact same recipe, it will not work again. The time has passed. This is probably the most important one, is that buyers are now extremely doubtful about long-term plans. So if you just sell and deliver like in 6, 9 months or 12 months, people will not trust you. Usually, NFT buyers have been so much disappointed by all these drops where you just never see the value. It may be for a lot of reasons, like actual scam, like rug pulls, pump and dump, these things happen. It may be just due to the global market, like the bear market, or just because most of these companies are startups, and startups not always deliver. So in a lot of cases, you buy NFTs, and you expect the startup to deliver in 6 months, but most of them will never deliver. So if you want to sell NFTs, deliver right after, as soon as possible. And that's actually one of the most important things about NFTs these days, is that for years, the NFT projects have sold the keys for the price of a house. So at the end of the day, you just have a super cool key that could open a house, but you'll never see a house because the project will never be there. These things happen, and honestly, it jeopardizes the industry a lot. The next one, these are figures from nonfungible.com, so these are the analysis we've done. And what you get there is the weekly evolution of profit and loss per segment on 2022. So the conclusion is that just the promise of owning something, the true ownership, promised by collectibles, it doesn't work anymore. Just look at that. At the beginning of the bear market in June 2022, the collectible segment hit almost 100 million of loss every week at resale. Means that people were like, oh, it's so cool, I just own an NFT. What can I do with it? I don't know, but I own it. But when the bear market hit, they just tried to resold, and the utility was not there. So that's why we're seeing something like that. So true ownership is not enough. Utility first. You probably know about this one, but it's always good to remind. If you try to use the traditional Web2 social media, you may waste a lot of time and energy and money as well, because actually NFTs are not mainstream yet. So if you go all in on Facebook and Instagram, you'll probably hit a lot of people, but they may not care about NFTs. So if you want to really have an efficient strategy, use Web3 channels, Discord, Twitter, Telegram, these kind of things. If you go on Facebook, for example, you'll probably hit your grandfather, but that's it. Another assumption is that you can't enter the NFT space alone. So that's probably why we've seen so many collaborations with artists, between brands, and so on. But keep in mind that if you want to enter the NFT space, you are working at the intersection between your brand, your image, and NFTs, and everything about NFTs. So if you consider collaboration between you, plus another brand, plus NFTs, it's a super complex intersection you are looking for. And do you really need to go with someone else? Do you really need to collaborate for that? You can go your own way. It could make sense for a brand to go alone and do something with NFTs. So these two examples, I'm not saying they are bad examples, but just, it was not mandatory. Honestly, this Mercedes XR2 people, it was nice. But what's the point? Do you really need it? I'll let you think about that. Another one, and yeah, sorry. If there are people really fan about metaverses, it's not ready yet. It's not the right time. You may not have to go all in into metaverses for a couple of reasons. The first one is, come on, it doesn't look very good, honestly. So what we have there is cryptovoxels, Decentraland, but globally, compared to what we see today, it's not incredible. So the first thing is that VR is not mainstream yet. The second thing is that metaverses are not yet convinced for a lot of reasons. And honestly, what is the audience you'd like to target there? I've been in the NFT space since 2018. I spent so much time in Decentraland, and I've always been alone. So who do you plan to target there? That's the real question. And last but not least, an NFT is not a value proposition. It's not because you are launching something which is called Web3 or NFT something or blockchain, whatever. It has no value. An NFT is like a file on your computer. In itself, it has no value. The utility brings value to it. What you can do with it, if you can change your life, if you can enjoy it, this has a value. So once again, NFTs have no value in themselves. 1 second left. So the latest thing, just all of this is still experimental. Just there, open your doors and focus on real and unseen utility, and you will succeed. Thank you.